Hi Sagittarius, how are you? It's been a while. We had an eclipse on the 14th of October. It's now the 28th. It's the full moon and it's shining behind us. My spirit room is just behind us. So we've got the window and all the windows of the conservatory behind us. And the moon's shining right on us right now. The reason I haven't been doing any readings the last few days is because of the tension. I have felt massive tension. And I think a lot of signs are going through this. In between these two eclipses, I've talked in my previous readings about the fall and how people are falling out of our lives and how we are also sort of falling apart before we get fixed up again until we feel the lack has gone. I've talked about the holding position we were in, the movement towards November, our own Sagittarius time, our own period, which is going to be so much better. But we've all found out life isn't Disneyland every day of the week, and that there is a lot of tension going on, and that we have to work our way through that. One thing I think we can safely say is that the masks are off. Yep. People have been exposed and the masks cannot be put back on. If they've come off and you've seen someone for what they are, they can't be put back on. We as Saggies are very much spiritual beings. We know that. We're empaths, we're human Aries. We connect to the spirit world. We definitely connect to the fairies. They're definitely bringing their energy into my conservatory spirit room, which is just here, and my bedroom, which is just here. My dog, she responds to me knocking on things. And so we're easily aligning with the fairies even here. It's very cold out there right now, but I have a door that goes to the conservatory, and I thought, oh, let me do this in here tonight as it's really cold. I've brought in my protection. I brought in my dragon crystal ball and the Pegasus, because we are half horse, half human, and the human part of us is sitting there and the horse is sitting there. I'm going to put that on there. Yep. And the Pegasus horse. And we will be flying high very soon. But it's all about understanding ourselves. And I've also done a lot of work this week on fate and the universe taking things away to create a new road for us. You know, the universe is loving and kind, and the universe has our back, and it knows what's good for us. And if it removes people from our lives, it's because it knows a lot of deceit has gone on. And here we have a number of cards, wow, that sort of tell me the story. I've been talking about your past. This is your past line, okay? So we had a situation where Sagittarius have to withdraw everything out there, gossips, people that weren't for them, people that didn't have their best interests at heart. There's lots of energy in the room here today. I can feel these cards tingling. And this is a past lover who had a big influence on your life, massive influence, a past lover or a past friend, whichever. But there was deceit associated with that. And here I've got the 3 card. I hope you can see this positioning well. The 3 card. So it was either a threesome or 3 friends and the other 2 gossiped about you, or the threesome. 3's a crowd where you were the spare wheel, or your partner had an affair. There was a threesome. Whatever happened, not a threesome, but a 3-person situation where your heart was broken, badly broken. But at the same time, it made you so much stronger. And some Saggies became very lost, felt very alone, felt very misunderstood. Because they're very old souls, they understood about this situation long before whatever part of that complexity they were. And they withdrew from it. Sag brings a lot of jealousy on with people, so it's just part of being a Sagittarius. But parts of your tribe are on this channel. Communicate with each other, because I'm sure some of you could be great friends. Subscribe, please, and like and share if this resonates with you. And I'm just welcoming you into this space, which is being cleared and my energy protected also. But this week leading up to this lunar eclipse, after the solar eclipse, solar moon eclipse, has been a tough week. It's a lot of people felt their ailments. I've talked to you about this before as well, where Jupiter moved into Taurus in May, and it moved into the 6th house for Sagittarians, which is the house of work today projects in your work. By the time we get to May next year, we will have felt an improvement. In May last year, you will have been experiencing a massive lack in your life, whether it was money, paying the bills, your job going, or if you are self-employed, your employment going to pot, your business going to pot. And Jupiter has tried to put that right. We're moving through retrogrades, lots of retrogrades. We've still got Saturn retrograde until the 4th. That's why he's kicking asses, and you're finding out so much about people. But by May next year, a lot of that lack will have been put right. But all the eclipses, the lunar eclipses, are interconnected. They're like portals to each other. So we had one in May last year in 23, and that will have been where highlighted an area you are most concerned with, and you wanted to address that. And Jupiter has been addressing it for you, even though it's retrograde. Now, it will go direct on December the 31st, and your life will improve radically after that. But it's going to improve after Saturn goes direct on November the 4th, believe me. So it's been a real tough week. It's been really uncomfortable for some ailments. Some people will have had bad tummies. Some people will not have been able to sleep, so felt exhausted. Some people will feel pains in their ailments much more. They're sort of, if you've had an injury, that would be coming out more. We're going to get a release of this tension after tonight, after this full moon. And it's quite a nice full moon. It's quite a benign one, actually. It's going to be lucky for you. But we have to go to the next 2 weeks to feel that. Tonight, all these tensions that have been brought forwards to us have really made us feel quite ill and quite disturbed and quite feeling a sadness, maybe where we've been judging ourselves and our own situations so we've been learning to survive with our own personalities. And I'm taking these cards because I've shuffled them, and these are your present cards. Okay, so here we've got, of course, we've got the Six of Wands, which is indicating success. Success is going to come. I have said that. And these eclipses in between have sapped our energy, and we almost thought success would never come. And we've sort of been learning to survive, maybe with having to pay bills, having to accept illnesses that may be quite chronic in some cases. But don't feel disarmed. Don't feel that that has to be the case. So much spiritual healing can occur, but this has not been the right week to do it. From October the 30th, you're going to fear. You're going to not fear not. You're not going to feel that fear as real. Whilst now it's been very real to you, that fear, and you've given into it a lot this week, but you won't give into it. Here we've got the sharing card, where I know with the Six, again, we've got the Six, but of Pentacles this time, that someone very generous, willing to share things, going to help you, give you a gift. This could be a new lover coming in, because the Wheel of Fortune's turning in your favor. And they could be bringing in life adjustments for you, changes in your life, giving you the potential to grow because of their introduction into your life. We all have things in our lives we have to accept, either heartbreak, loss of a love or a friend, illnesses, ailments, loss of family even. Some people don't speak to their family. Some people fall out with siblings and never speak again. Something of that nature's happened with me. And it can be very disturbing, but you learn to push through. And there's going to be a lot of progress after the delay you've experienced, that recuperation, that sadness. But this is significant. This person's significant to me. They're giving a lot of thought to their relationship with you, and they've cleared up a lot of their own mess. And they're actually now giving a final push to their own life, where they feel like they were your emperor and you were their empress. Whether that is ever possible again, I don't know. But these eclipses are all portals that are linked together, and we've had many eclipses, and this one has been very much related to one we had in 1541, as mad as that sounds. And that's because of what's been happening in the world. We've had so much mess going on since October the 7th, when Hamas invaded Israel. And since then, we've had Israel going into Gaza, and we've had so much turbulence. We've got turbulence in America with what's happening there. We've got turbulence in so many parts of the world, the Arab world now getting involved. Certain situations affect people in different ways, and so many people in the world have been losing their lives in this time. It's been very turbulent for lots of people. But so there's been massive tensions between these eclipses. But if we're still holding ourselves together, and I think you are, Saggi'swe, because you're so strong, then we're able to have things in our lives that aren't fantastic, but we can work through them. And by loving our inner child, which I really believe is the case, and here we got the Page of Cups, it's like our inner child, a happy, sensitive child, by going back to that and loving our inner child, appreciating that we deserve more, our future will be so different. If we're ever abandoned, either by this person or a parent, a mother or a father, that abandonment could have affected our way of dealing with ourselves. We could have abandoned ourselves at some time. By loving our inner child, because of this full moon and the strength it brings us. I've got lots of pink here. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, I've got lots of pink, because it's a very warming colour. It's very protective, and it's bringing pink and rosiness into your life. My whole room is pink. But here are my pink curtains. I don't know if you can see them. But I want you to pursue that element of your life of loving yourself. Some people say, oh, that's not possible because you're not supposed to love yourself, but you are. And here we've got the 2 pages that indicate you loving your inner child. And we've got the King of Swords here, cutting through the nonsense of life, cutting through the people whose masks have fallen off and who have betrayed us and who have hurt us. We don't want them anymore. And we're bringing in a love. There's a love coming for us in November. And I've talked about this so many times. It's going to be, you're going to have a choice in this love. I hope you can see these. Push you back my crystal ball. And let's move this a little forwards, okay? So this love is either going to come back in the form of a past lover who has completely reinvented themselves, and I still hold with that, or a new lover who's going to overwhelm you. No one is fooling around here. They're coming in totally honest, whether they're the emperor or the empress. They are the real deal. Your intuition will kick in the minute you meet them or the minute you have contact with them, or you could have already started communicating with them already, but your intuition will tell you that they're the real deal. They are the emperor. They are the King of Swords. The Hierophant is completely in love with the idea of this person coming in. They're all the kings in one. They are what you need to make your world complete. And the Wheel of Fortune is pushing through that cycle in your present to create your future. And with this new person in your life, he or she will make your life so much better, and you will realize it yourself. And they'll come forwards as the Knight of Pentacles, someone hardworking, productive, reliable, attainers that are willing to share, that are willing to push you forwards. And we've got the Star here, which is just so amazing because they are exactly what you wished for. If you watch that film Practical Magic, and I've mentioned it to you before, she manifested this lover and this person, and he came to town in the guise of a detective to solve the mystery that they needed to solve. But he was the one who was going to be her rock, her solid stability, and you are getting what you have wished for, because that wish upon a star is really coming through. And you're going to have so many new ventures coming up in November. And this person's going to be coming towards you holding a cup. Not only are they holding stability and money and good fortune, but if somebody does come back from your past, they're going to be an authentic love. There's going to be no grudges there. They're going to come back to you from their past with a real means of reconciliation. Their energy is going to be a new way forwards, a new fresh energy. As I say, I channel before these readings and I make some notes on what I believe is going to be really important for you, Sagittarius, in November. After this full moon, but we've just got to get through the tension of this. So big changes coming in of November. I have spoken to you about that before. And Saggies, you will illuminate the way for so many people in November. You will show your family the way. You will be full of ambition. Money will be coming in for you. You won't have to worry about the debts or the bills like you're worrying quite now. your exercise will improve, your health will improve, you'll overcome so many obstacles, and you need some happiness in your life, and that wish is coming true, bringing you the person that represents home for you. And I've spoken about that before. So the person that represents home for you is coming through with that special love. And it's going to be so fulfilling, and you will be in your superpower without a doubt. You'll be like Wonder Woman or Spider-Man, and you'll be pulled away from the tension. All this pressure on you to achieve, to make progress, is going to be less. You are going to be making progress without all the pressure and all the fear that has been associated with it. Things from the past with this full moon, or the new moon on the 14th to this full moon, has dredged up a lot of the past for you, and you felt quite lacking. You felt you really felt the lack more than anything. But soon you're going to be feeling the overwhelming chance for choice, because choice is coming in, and sharing is coming in, and money is coming in through your hard work. This lover will come in probably quite well off and quite stable, but you are getting your own money through your own hard work, and karma is working really hard. We've got the Judgment card, which we get every single time. You've been trying to make objective decisions about your life, and karma, Saturn, loves you because you've stayed in the right lane. You've given your all to your decision making. You've transferred emotional decision making to logical decision making. So your emotional self has given way to this logical self, and you haven't been able to articulate this lack very easily to other people, but you have been very aware of it, and you are making progress with that project. Now, these moons are very important to your development, to your psychic development, as well as anything else. And the tension will ease. And you've tried to keep that sense of optimism because you're a Sagittarius. You've tried to keep that sense of optimism. But the feeling of lack, not only for Sagittarians, but the feeling of lack has made you feel sapped. So you're feeling quite exhausted at this time, I would say. But slowly filtering to the surface is something new in terms of work, something new in terms of love, something new in terms of people. So new exciting times haven't broken through into the surface yet, but they're coming, and they're going to come through communication. Things will be revealed to create the change and to give us a bigger picture. Active deception will have completely been exposed. And as I said, once the masks are on, once the lies have been exposed, you can't actually put the mask back on. It's there. It's there. It's gone. Everything's, that fear of loss is no longer, that fear of lack is going to be no longer in your life in November. You have been totally made aware of any hidden agendas, but like the Page of Swords, your youthful confidence side, your inner child, is going to push through those fears. And like the Fool means so many different things to me. It means a new future. You're standing on the edge of that cliff, welcoming in that new future, which you will just jump into because you know it feels so right, and the sun is shining right down on you. It also can mean that you become very aware of your destiny, of the way things are going. And as I said, I was doing a lot of work this week on destiny. Is everything fixed, or is it not? Is it all down to our own choices? Do we have to make the choices? Do we have to push forwards? And each time I come back to how the universe can create situations where we have no choice. We either become so bored, as being the case for you, that you had to push forward, you had to break free, or your business would have reached rock bottom, experienced the lack, for you to push forwards, to make breakthroughs, to create a strength that is needed to push through. And if you look back to May last year, when we had the last eclipses, April and May, you will have sensed the lack then and felt the lack now, but that's all going to be adjusted, and justice is going to be in your favor. So I'm really pleased about this reading when it comes to the tarot. It's very indicative of how you as Saggies have been feeling, but you have a lovely future ahead of you, and I don't think that you are going to be very, very sorry when that King of Pentacles or Queen of Pentacles, it's amazing, comes in, because you're going to be an absolute great team. You're going to, like water finds its own level, you are going to find your own level with this person. There's got to be a lot of connection, sharing, and a lot of love there. Let's take a few of these cards to see what is, we've got air, earth, fire, balanced in our lives. Can we see what's happening for Sagittarius here? So we've got ego. Here we've got a false sense of entrapment. This is what we felt. Being overly focused on material things or negative fear-based thoughts. I think this is your person from the past having this ego trip and being possibly a workaholic and breaking free from that and coming forwards to Sagittarius with words of wisdom, words of renewal. Whether you take those on board is another matter, or you might decide an exciting new opportunity for yourself is much better with someone else. Your life is changing very soon. And so we've got a fire card here. We've got an air card. Let's see what that says. Plans that need revision after going on that meets the eye. So poor timing. So maybe this person will come in with poor timing, but we've got some air in your reading, which means you're breathing okay, you're getting your air, and you've got fire. But this person might just come in at the wrong time, poor timing for them, which will mean they won't be accepted by you. Someone new will be much more preferred by you. Let's see what comes up for Sagittarius, please. I always ask the divine to protect me in these readings and to give you the very best possible advice, Sagittarius, because Spirit has your back and your spirit ancestors do love you. And here we've got water, so we're getting a really good balance with the water, falling in love, or the resurgence of a relationship, spiritual growth and enhanced intuition, and a new home. So we've talked about a person becoming home to you. That could be what that represents, but also maybe moving home nearer to water. But here we've got air, fire, and water. Have we got earth? No. So the earth is lacking, and I've said that when that happens, you have to ground yourself, go into nature. We've had a lot of stress, a lot of tension, and that going into nature will ease that, putting your feet on the ground, either grass or patio or bark in a forest. But here we've got the page of air, and something challenging information has come through or is coming through. Delays or changes to plans, truth delivered without tact. So some of you will have felt that. Here we've got the Hermit, so it could be a Virgo that's coming in, or it could be that it's time for you to step out of hermit mode. You might not like what you see and the people you meet, but it says spend time in quiet meditation, spiritual teaching, self-discovery, and you have. But this is also very much the Virgo card. So you're either taking on some Virgo qualities, you're becoming much more analytical, much more logical, much more ready to sort things out on speed, immediately, or a Virgo's coming in, or you're spending time thinking about things. We've got a lot of air cards here, so we could be getting the air signs, Libra, Aquarius, what's the other air sign? Gemini. Coming in, but here we've got the end of a difficult situation. Embrace the change and expect things to get better now. Recovering from an addiction, so some of you could be doing that, feeling quite ill, but you're recovering from that now, which is brilliant. Being unable or unwilling to make a decision, a stalemate, pretending there is no problem. So that is that person again. They've pretended that for so long, and now they've got no choice. This full moon is actually bringing clarity and bringing truth into their life. So I think you will be hearing, and they made a very unwise choice and they know that. So learn what you can from this situation. Review everyone's motives. I think they made a they're very aware. They made a very unwise decision. Let's see what we've got here. I've got the full moon shining right down on us, Sagittarius. See what comes up for Sagittarius, please. Oh, gosh, that's our spirit animal card. So we're like the magpie at the moment. We are going to be given a key. We are going to be given a key to a door, to a new home, or we're going to be given the key to a new life. Like the magpie, we know what's glistening and we want it, but be aware, not all that glistens is gold. But yeah, that's indicative of how life's going to go. You're going to get a lot and you're going to get the key to that door. And here we've got patience. You have been so patient. And we've got community. You're going to shine out in the community. But we've also got that threesomes, that there's 3 people here, which makes me think that something has been found out about 3 people together. Certainly in my case, I like to tell you little things that come up for me, but one of my best friends is friends with one of my enemies. I know we're not meant to have enemies, but we just do. And it has really put me off her, for her to be friends with her so much. So I've withdrawn from that friendship, and she was really my best friend for a long, long time. And I've known her 30 years. So yeah, so be careful of those 3s, or your lover from the past is getting out of a situation that created a threesome because of 3 people in it. You were not the one that was officially linked to him, but that will be over. So there's something, or you could be moving into a situation where 3 people are going to collaborate together. There's so many possibilities with 3 people, but let's look at that according to what. Well, here we're talking about that man or woman who's coming in holding a coin. You could be making the money, or that person that's coming in is going to be quite stable and quite well off, which is going to be very good for you because you've always been the carer of other people, giving and giving and giving. It's going to be really lovely that lots of adjacent possibilities are occurring for you. And your 5th chakra, your skills at communication, your skills at saying what you mean, what you want, are improving. And they're going to be quite indicative. Look, we've got the woman holding a coin. Water finds its own level. And the anxiety that past person is feeling is very much something they're dealing with. They're trying to get the strength to come forward. So it could be a Leo also, but this could also be indicative of you finding your strength to put that lack right. My dog's itching. Yeah, oh gosh, yeah. Okay, the world at your feet, we've had that before. And we've got the thinking man. So this person isn't coming in as a joker. This person is coming in as someone who's responsible, who's thoughtful, the real deal, who thinks things through. And you're going to be all tied up with each other. So that's the way I read that card. Okay. Appreciation. They're going to really appreciate you, and you are going to appreciate them. It's going to be like a garden of wonder, Sagittarius. So I'm so happy about that. Let's have a look at what's going on here for you. So here we've got balance, spirituality and practicality. Here we've got confidence is your key to success. So these are the moon cards. And here we've got my Moonology cards. A win-win outcome is forecast. And the last one of these is surrender to the divine. Trust the divine. Trust the universe. They have your back. They really know what's good for you. And I'm going to take a few of these before I call an end to this reading. Let's see what pictures. Ooh, they flew right out at the top. Acceptance. You're going to really either accept your lover's explanation, or you are, look, he's rising from the pits. He's rising from he's climbed the mountain. He's been down where the rats are, and he's climbing up through the stormy clouds, and he's standing there, his chakras healed, completely exposing himself to you heart-wise and saying, I'm here. And whether you accept that or not, or we could read it that this new person is way higher than the mountains. The mountains are tall enough, but he's higher than that. And here we've got the teacher. We could either be a teacher, or you could be a teacher, or he could be a teacher, but something here is going to teach you a lot. These mountains seem to have two hands joining them together. And here what we've got, the wolf howling and howling and howling and sending out wisps and clouds of whirling smoke or clouds, which are showing me that your energy is being applied to the situation, is changing, and it's ever powerful. And the gate is open for you to walk through to a beautiful life. And we've got the beautiful sunflower there, and we've got all the things that are going to make you well, all the healing potions and etc. that you need if you've been feeling any ailments or any illness. Trust Arnica is the healer. Trust the teacher in you or in him to put things right. You're learning all the time, and your wisdom is amazing. Okay, Sagittarius, another card for you. And here we've got destiny. So I believe in destiny. Some people say you just have to make your own decisions, and of course you do. You have to work through those. But you know, I believe that the universe puts things in your place. It obstructs you. You can't do that. You can't have that choice because it's no good for you. And sometimes it brings newness in. Look at with that new moon. And it brings the stars in with amazing gifts in that water, which of course the water bearer, we need water for everything, and the growth of the flowers and the eternal ring there. It's like if you have those witch protection things, they always have that at the base, and the roots of the tree, the roots of those flowers are just, you're rooted, you're growing, and you're growing in strength. And we have the sun there as well. It's shining down on you, the strength of the sun. It's shining like a light bulb giving us a way forwards with our destiny that we know is correct for us. We have a few more cards for Sagittarius, please. Let's see what pops out. I'll turn it that way. I don't think they liked me doing it that way. It's going to look so much brighter. I'm just seeing so much brightness in there for you. Yeah. So don't worry, just get through this tension, this tense time. And as this full moon passes, it's going to bring in light and happiness and joy. Many gifts. Okay, let's take these before we close this reading. And here we have guardian. It's like your guardian angel is right beside you, guarding you, look, giving you strength. Your spirit ancestors are working with your guardian angels, and they're bringing through so much spirituality and care and love and the wisps of smoke. That it's just the energy that's flowing so beautifully for you from now on, the new vibrations, the fluttering of beauty coming through, the wisps of beauty in within nature. Find your earth. That earth card was missing. Go out into the earth and look, the sensuality that you're going to be experiencing with this new person that comes into your life. It's going to be very sensuous, and and it's like you're building the most enormous, beautiful home together, and just all the stars, the moon, the sun, everything's going to be shining down. And here we've got the rose, and I've got my pink here, which is so indicative of love, the love that's coming in, the heart and the turtle dove, and just everything's going to be so beautiful. The flowers, you're going to be very precious to someone. You're going to feel like they're going to feel that you are very, very important to them. And sage, of course, the blessing of sage. There's going to be a great cleansing in your life with this person coming in. And in some cases, it might be your past person who's new and fresh. But memories are still going to stay with you. And memories are important. And whether you want to bring them into your new life is after this moon. And we've got the red Indian here giving us the wisdom, the intuition, the thoughts. And here, look, she's holding a wand that she's shining down on her feet, on the ground, to show her the way. It's like a torch showing her the wisdom that she needs to move forwards for the decisions she has to make. And here we've got, it looks like a 24 or a 21. We've got the fairies here. And you know, some of you are human Aries, some of you are empaths, but the growth that's occurring in you spiritually is really quite amazing. Go out into nature, find those fairies to connect with, and you will have your completion in November. You will be like the deer sprinting into action. And yeah, it's going to be quite a wonderful November for you, Sagittarius. And I'm going to end that reading there. I just want to take a little fairy message for you. Let's see what the fairies have to say to you. Okay, you have a playful fairy with you who speaks about old friendship being rebuilt in your life soon. This leaves you feeling more happy and hopeful and draws fresh opportunities into your experience. As this situation evolves, it brings with it opportunities to expand your social horizons and brings you into contact with new and exciting characters. A dream you hope to develop soon begins to take shape, giving you signs the universe is on board. So you really have so much to look forward to. The universe is on board. Don't ever think the universe isn't guiding you. It's the chariot that's taking you to where you need to go. So any obstruction, welcome it. Just say, great, thank you for showing me that was not the way I was meant to go. Just cherish the universe. Take crystals and put them in your bedroom. And remember, Cupid is at work for you, as you are for yourself, because you are the archer. You will have your arrow and you're going to shoot it, and it's going to go exactly where it's meant to land. Sagittarius, if you like this reading, then please like, share and subscribe. I'm Higher Self Magic. I love connecting with my Saggies. As I said, I felt the tension that you may have been feeling, and I felt I couldn't communicate with you in the way I could tonight. So I waited for that, and I'll be back really very, very soon. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for joining me in this sacred space. Thank you for being there. I really appreciate all your comments. You've become friends. The ones that connect with me regularly, you really have become friends, and I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.